Welcome to evotarot. I'm going to be putting out a reading today to help heat up the friction in your cells. When we heat up the friction in our cells, what happens is we expand our consciousness and we see things that we didn't see before. We see into shadow spaces, we see into good spaces, we see into the spaces of ourself. And so I believe tarot is a wonderful tool for us to utilize in this. So what I like to do is I'm going to pull a few cards. We're going to get the past, present, future. I like to do a high vibe, low vibe, which helps you know where your frequency is at in that. So let's just go ahead and let's anchor down. I like to use my Raven's wand to anchor. And we're just gonna, find out a little bit. I don't think a lot of shuffling really needs to happen. Whatever comes out, comes out. I mean, tarot is just a journey into your subconscious mind. So here in the past, we have the nature of the beast. Here in the past, I think during something you've looked back and you've seen the nature of the beast. This is how the matrix or the world depicts that things are going to go. It's the nature of the beast. It's our greatest fears, our greatest goals. It's I see a look of discontentment here in the past, maybe last spring in the aspens. I don't know. Here, we'll elaborate more on that. I really feel like we'll touch on that past quite a bit because that will help us move into the future. We have to face ourselves in the shadow of the past and we have to not fear it. We have to go, right? So here we are at present with Winter's Throne. We're coming out of winter here where I am. This is a card of Libra. I feel like this past card here is more of a card of Earth. So we have our Earth. Now we're moving through air. It does look like we're moving, but currently, presently, something is ingrained and hardened. It has become cold but clever. This is not a sense, she's not at a sense of despair. She looks awfully almost content. She's clever. She's got wisdom. She's got these sparks that are behind her, illuminating her. She has what she needs here presently. She's resting her hands upon these skulls. So I just want to show you the way she's resting her hands. Almost as if the shadow, we must rest upon it. Some sort of resting going on currently. Here in the future, it's going to be about ebb and flow. Yes. Okay, so this could be the dark night of the soul. There is a red lantern here. There's actually two lanterns, one that's on the ground and one that's in the air. Again, with the earth, air, this is elements that you're playing with within yourself. So here in the future, you're playing with so many elements and you're sitting there next to a river and you've raised something out of the waters and you appear to be in control of that. That is the ebb and flow and contentment with the control of your own flow. You've broke through on something and understand something here. I do feel this resonating with my own life, and I think many others are in this position right now. It's something that's big and monumental. These events that happen in our life, I know for the past 6 years, it's really been noticeable But once you understand and you start awakening the cells, the journey never really stops. It never, you know, I'm always wondering, like, maybe I'm going to stop growing or learning. But as things die, literally in my life, as things die and things fall away, truths become apparent, and you start putting together this puzzle of this mystery of your life. And all of these, yeah, you're not the fool. You're not the fool. So, and you're not the devil. Jeez. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Things sometimes take a lifetime to come to light, right? Sometimes you find out that the people closest to you were slandering you from the very beginning, or the people that were supposed to protect you were never there. And so you went in. You went into your intuition. You went into the pillars of the darkness in the past and the light in the future, and you're holding them in an abundant atmosphere. I want you to know that all are involved with this journey. You're in a phase of holding the scroll. The scrolls have been released and they have come to you, and you're now here sitting. God, it's so strong today, yo. You're sitting, holding those scrolls of wisdom. You're not the fool. You're just setting out on a journey. There's many parallel paths in this life. But as we look out on the desert, we know that at the side of our right, there's that journey. Where's the journey taking us? The journey is taking us to a Page of Pentacles. It's taking us to this offer. Things are regrowing. So while it might not seem like much, there's still this sense of health, wealth, of knowing it only takes something small to move. In the smallness, there are larger things around us, right? The journey of the micro and the macro. Sorry about that. The Queen of Cups here in the mysteries. Oh, I recently had a thing come out about a Queen of Cups, and I'll just tell you, I'll never live it down. I'll never live it down. And also, it created a bond between me and my daughter, because my daughter realized part of her purpose in life, that when you receive these promptings and you receive these scrolls, right, you know where they're supposed to go. Why are you not taking the scroll to the judicial system and spirituality and giving it to them to file? So we talked about the prompting coming into you, and it came into her many times over and over and over, and she didn't know what to do with the information. Now she knows in perfect love that she can come to me with the information, and she can drop it into my lap and say, my elder, I have this, and I need you just to know about it. Just take the paper. And then it's our job as humans. And this is not about younger and older. I shouldn't say that it's about elder. It's who you know it's supposed to go to is the elder. And that could be a person younger than you. Energy knows there's no boundaries. And it's that person's job to take that paper and to weigh it. And then after you give it, and the person who knows how to give it, and that scroll and that information to where it needs to go, those events play out, and they give you a reassurance or a deep knowing. And in that knowing, it will enlighten something in your life. and you will expand, and you will know that as a energetic being, you have this ability. I'm sorry, that got loud because I'm passionate about it. You have this ability to bridge a gap or to bridge weave. Bridge weavers in this life receive promptings. They receive almost like notices of contracts. We're not necessarily supposed to do anything other than take them in, see them, recognize them, get them to their end space, transcend them so the messages can come. Sometimes they hurt. Sometimes we don't know what they are. But I have found that resting your hands upon the things that die, and you can find, yes, the Page of Cups, something in the cup. There's always something in the cup, okay? So when the cup is presented, it may be like a balayage, like a hair color. It's coming to me in a cosmetology way. Because the roots will always grow out, right? We're always trying to change, but the roots always stay the same. We are a balayage of our places and our abilities, and you have shown this. Trauma, anxiety, ADHD, these are all ninja tools. These are not things that are weighing you down. They're things that are prompting you and lifting you up. They are a way forward. They are a path that you don't see. They are a way of giving to others. This can be breadcrumbing, but in its light, which we need to focus on that light because it will go so quick. It's an ebb and it's a flow. This is charity. This is seeing others in need and knowing. Just follow yourself. Follow the love, right? Follow where your heart. This isn't just about two people. This is about your way, your mechanism of your heart works, right? It's a deeper meaning in holding on, you know? And the holding on is gonna bring us to where I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna anchor into the shadow. So this holding on, we've come full circle here to the nature of the beast. I want to see into the shadow of this nature of the beast. Show me your shadow. Show me your shadow. Okay, so it was the Knight of Cups, Lord in the Wave of Waters. In the past, okay, this is a paradigm here because at the 0 point, we have to see both sides of the shadow. Everything within everything still has a mirror, and that's very important to remember as you unravel a card. So Lord in the Waves of Water reversed. You may have not been wanting to make waves, but when the pendulum swings, that may have been thinking you need to make too many waves, okay? This shadow, both of these taken in a shadow aspect, we have a 0 point where maybe it isn't in where you didn't make the waves. It isn't in where you made too many waves, but it's in that space in between where you anchored in your heart space. That's where the manifestation was happening in the nature of the beast. Things can expand out. Things can move up and down. Usually we only have half of the story, and then there's another half, right? And then there's the truth. Everything is within everything. You can apply when you strip an energy down into everything, into politics, into judicial systems, into spiritual systems, religion, the way you live your life, the way you drink a cup of orange juice, okay? Everything, once you strip the energy down, will find a area where you've taken it down from the macro, and you now in the micro, and there, in that in-between, is the 0 point. And that is where you manifest. The Knight of Pentacles, exactly. Moving into the present with the Winter's Throne. Resting your hands, and the Emperor in the Hidden Shadows. Resting your hands, right? Clever, wise, catty at times. The shadow has been misted here at the present, and you have moved on to the Lord of the wild and fertile land. Here at present, you are the Lord of the wild and fertile land. Here at present, you are mid-journey. It's such a mid-journey phase. It's so disheartening and motivating at the same time. Wow. Okay, we don't even need to go through the deck. We just need to pull from the top, evidently. We have the King of Swords and the Moon. Exactly. Here's the shadow behind the truth. Right? Here's the truth with the King of Swords. Ah, the butterfly, the death, the moth, whatever. I'm blonde. The Moon behind it. Shadow, shadow, moon, shadow. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Moon, shadow, right? Soft illumination. Don't be afraid. I have learned that where there's something to be afraid is always where you need to walk. It's so crazy. It makes me shake. We have the Scarab. It's leading you. 5 of Swords. I'm sorry. Five of Swords is, makes me want to cry for you. I can feel it. I can feel it, okay? I'm sorry. I'm here to connect with people and share stories. I literally feel pain come through, you know, like just, I know that you yourself must die. We are all going to die. And here we go, the 6, you're coming out. You went from a defeat to a victory. Because in knowing that we're all going to the same place, people often forget what is important is a funeral with the beautiful people that you left behind, still here fighting the good fight. Wow. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're very much in a world where you're kind of working on your material work. I said that we would dig a lot into the past, and I have 1 card on it. It seems like right now we are in an upside down place where the things we say aren't are, and the things we say are aren't. And whilst I just heard a noise on my glass. Well, I used to have a bird that used to run into my glass when I first moved in here for months, even at night. So, okay, you know, some things, you know, here in the future are going to be rushing. They're going to be that ebb and flow. They're going to be a wild river. I see youthfulness being restored. when you place your hand upon the truth of yourself, this is going to come in. It's going to, I don't want you to look at it too long, because if you look at it too long, you'll become stone, right? We don't want to move backward. We have been stone. We move forward. We have been stoic. Feminine energy has been stoic in everyone. That's a general. That's male and female. Okay. So this is our shadow, 9 of Pentacles. I do see you having the material gain. What you are manifesting into this is going to come. 9 of Swords. I really feel the need just to go ahead and lay that on top of my 9 of Pentacles. There is great despair when everything is visible. And that's why I say, I'm sorry, because you saw something here. You saw something in not just people, but you then saw it in the world. You then saw it in nouns, people, places, and things. And you started making a connection in between those people, places, and things. And you started realizing, oh my gosh, I'm in the matrix. There's a 0 point here. And then you literally shifted and you went into following your heart, and then it's like an onion. It kept going, it kept going, it kept going, right? Here in the future, I do see, you know, a bit of a breakdown, a meltdown, a breakthrough, a melt up, yeah, a great way of sitting on the edge of a mountain and looking out and knowing all of the things that were behind you in that softness of that moon or that shadow. I want you to see the softness in yourself. And here in the past, for this nature of a beast, I want you to see the King of Wands. I want you to look in your ego. I want you to look in that unevolved nature of the beast, raw, primitive side of you. I want you to look into that message. Shit. Look into that message. Ooh, it's leading us down a rabbit hole. Okay. Look into that message. Let's get a stone. Let's get a stone. This is going to be a stone that's really going to hit home. It might be a couple. Oh, just one. Aquamarine. 4. So you're going to resonate with the stone because it's like a deep healing. You went into like a cocoon deep healing phase. There was what did you go into the phase over? I want a trigger word. Can you give me a trigger presently that you'll resonate with? It's searching. We're searching. It's like, no. Trigger word. Where are you in the deck? Where are you in the deck? It's a specific word. Wow, it's searching hard. Is there a word in this deck that will trigger? Trigger my general. We had a hopper. Trigger my general. Ooh, friendliness. So friendliness is really going to trigger you. I'm going to trigger you. I'm going to read what's on this card. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. So, like again, with you started recognizing something, you started peeling back something. Ace of Pentacles. Your golden light you started seeing the golden light in yourself. Okay, this deck's wanting to talk. Oh gosh. Deck's wanting to talk. A little bit more with the triggering. We have a neophyte studying here. If you look into this person's background, they may have been a neophyte. This noun, this person, place, thing, this indoctrination, this thing that you peeled back with you being a wizard and a horned god. You realize something. You realize that that's a cone of power. So sometimes we have the clown cone, right? And then we have the cone of power. So you got this cone of power when you looked into this mirror. Looks like you may have done a burning bowl ritual, a candle ritual. You sat in front of a mirror. So this neophyte sat in front of this mirror, I feel like for a longer amount of time. And you were gazing. I don't know whether you were scrying, again with the moon behind it. See? Again, all of these in the present. Know that this, the horned god, this is not evil, right? This is wisdom. This is vulnerability. This is noble. This is grown in. This is wisdom. This is an acorn of wisdom. What is that golden knocker in his hand? He looks like he has a knocker. This knocker in his hand. Ooh, I saw the door open recently. Finally, I've been waiting a real long time. So it does look like you've done some things to enhance your wizard capabilities here with the cone of power. Oh, I love that for you. I love that. I'm going to go with the native cards, and then we'll go into high vibe, low vibe, because this reading is getting long, and I don't want to dream traveler. And the peace pipe with the sphere of fire. You'll be, you're a medicine woman, even if you're a man. Wow. Wow. You, I hope others have seen their overlay. I recently had a chance to witness my overlay in one of my meditations. He is a man. He is an Indian man. And I kind of already knew. And, you know, a lot of these overlays are very traditional, and our mentality of the world nowadays kind of irks them, and they're like, oh, I can't believe you, and but they can feel your heart. So you're saying things like, oh, Yami, we got this, and they're like, oh my God, the motivational talk, like people don't realize their words, and they're like, I see your light, and they're trying to come through to help you ground in like a regal way, but you have some thing here that you're learning to alchemize. So this is gonna help. If you haven't seen your overlay, I do suggest some form of something to be able to contact that person, because we all need to know what we're working with, right? And we all need to know the truth. Golly, some of the things that have come to light lately, I don't even know if it gives them closure, but it gives them a sense of, I did what I needed to do. And that's enough. So pass the peace pipe and join the fire, because you're about to travel into a dream. I love it. I love sharing these messages, because that is not me. I'm on my own journey. But that is a group that there are overlapping similarities in our journeys. But that is for you. I cannot claim that. Gotta have some coffee. I gotta think about where I want to go. I want to see if we get some resonating cards out of my shadow deck. Just because we've had a lot of synchronicities here. I have failed to do a lot of numerology along the way, and I'm sorry for that. And if there's anything I can think of, I'll draw it out. I am noticing that now. We have a lot of numbers, I know, without even looking at them, that they went up and down, like consecutive numbers. 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. They seem to be just in 2, so it's like 5, 6, 9, 9, 8. A lot of ones. There's the Ace of Pentacles in the shadow again. It's coming. So any confirmations that we need to resonate with here in this shadow before we move on to high vibe, low vibe? Anything else? Because we're in the upside down world, that are dark entities, that were dark entities all this time, that are now coming from the upside down world to help everybody, and everybody's realizing that light and dark are just two things that are intertwined, and they're beautiful, and they carry the same light and the same weight. One you can't see and one you can. What if it was never light and dark? What if that was the war here in the 3D? But spiritually, they were always one. Right? One just didn't have light and one did. And I love it how this card came out. Upside down, it was like, I want to let you finish talking before you turn it over, girl. I'm kind of scared. The Star. This is the message for the one that... And Justice. Gah. Okay, I was going to say it wasn't for me, but here we are, Libras. Please, please find the 10 of Cups. Jeez. The way I look at this, and in the shadow, everybody's like, hey, love and light. That's not where the 10 of Cups is. It's hidden. The 10 of Cups is hidden from sight. It's not in front of you standing there. It's hidden and in between the light and dark. It's a star. During the day, you can't even see it. It's the Justice. The scrolls went where they needed to go. You're holding them. Currently. How long are you going to gaze in the mirror? It's like Medusa. Look at it too long and you'll turn to stone. So pass the peace pipe, join the fire, because you get ready for the dream. What? I don't feel like I'm anywhere near to the dream. I'm in the in-between. But people out here, they look in here. Okay, King of Cups. In the shadow. This is really old. Your overlay that gave you this cone, this friendliness. So let's read the trigger again. Let's go back into the trigger. Now that we're all the way in the shadow, we're gonna leave the shadow. Don't worry. I'm a Libra. I'm Cardinal. I'm a little darker, but we need to remember that these dark things, they're not dark. They're just lacking light. Okay? And that doesn't mean that they're evil. It just means that no one's seen them yet. Right? Quantum science. The things you don't see. Come on with me, people. You can grasp this. And if you join me for tarot, you're going to learn more about this. And I'm going to have, hopefully, a lot of things that I say that just trigger you. I'm here to trigger you and trigger you and trigger you until you love so much that you cannot look away. That is what quantum science is. Boom! Let there be light in darkness. Atman is Brahman. You are God. You are the Godhead. The Godhead is in you. You are connected. You have the ability to birth, to take your tiny mustard seed and go, bing, right? And then there was light. It is literally just contour in between light and dark. So here we go, trigger again. Friendliness. I don't even like that word. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. Humbleness. Okay, humbleness hurts. You've already been through all these lessons. This is old. This is old, so pass the peace pipe, join the fire, and get ready for a dream. Maybe that just literally means that you're going to dream again. There's so many people in the collective and so much that moves. It is so hard to raise your hand and raise something out of the water and focus on it. It is the hardest thing you will ever do. And you will never be able to see it. You will never be able to touch it or to know. Other than in thought. That's why it's manifestation. Manifestation is darkness. It is going into the darkness. It is bringing, like reaching in and grabbing it and pulling it back to yourself. The 0 point. I am light, I am dark, I am all. Okay, so let's go into high vibration, low vibration. I want to bring in a different deck. One that I oftentimes get perplexed with. We're going to use this for both today. I've never done this, okay? We're going to use the same deck for high vibe, low vibe. I am not sure of everything I've been rambling about because when it takes over, and I just, if you know, you know. So let's go for the high vibe first because we spent so much time in the shadows. So tell me, I want nouns. I want people, places, things, characteristic traits, and events happening if this person is in a higher vibration. This is how to gauge where you're at and help the ebb and flow. Ace of Wands. Wow. High vibe. I need to elaborate on that before I say a damn thing. Swords. Okay. I like the way that came out because as it was coming out at first, I was about to have a meltdown. I was like, no. Okay. Strength. Okay. Ooh. Okay, 1 and 9. This is a 10. We're in year 10. We're going to run a little numerology for all those that are wanting a little more impact into their cellular formation. We are in year 10. I have cards here. 1, 9. We have 10 with... Is our Knight of Swords? Yes. Ooh, he's a little bit awkward. He's on a scarab horse. It's a hybrid, okay? It's a hybrid, baby. Don't you worry, it's a hybrid. You are coming into a place of strength with your sexual energy. This is the truth. This is the year that you come into a strength with your sexual energy if you are in high vibe. That means I like that because I'm in celibacy. I spent so much time in celibacy. There's gotta be something in it. All right, it's ready to talk. Here we go. The rest of the message for high vibe. You're wanting to know, is this a fluke? Love, I'm just a messenger. That also gives us 1 and 2. Right on top. Wow. Right on top of that Knight of Swords. Yeah, baby. High vibe. I can feel it. The Hermit. You're kind of you're away. So my people who are in celibacy, my people who are holding their cups, my people who have gathered their strength, my people who are not looking for death and valor, my people who are not looking for death and valor. Wow. It's telling me this cannot be a Libra. Oh my God. Okay. So we have the Magus and we have happiness, another 9. I want you to know that you're not lost in the void. If you're in this high vibration, I want you to know that you're not going to be in this overwhelming happiness. It's not like that. That's not what high vibration means. High vibration is the ebb and flow engaged out on where you're on the wave. Now, because of light and dark and because they carry the same principles, you can be here on the top of the wave and not be experiencing happiness. Happiness is elusive. I'm not going to say happiness doesn't exist in the world, it exists in you. Because I believe that is a falsehood. That is a one-way street. I believe it exists in both and exists in the entanglement. If you take your unhappiness and you take it into the environment of the earth and you hike, the earth is breathing into you and is happy. Those are two balances, and that's why it helps balance you. It's not because you're elated and the world's elated. You guys will sixes. You guys will cancel each other out in that aspect. And you'll just be walking and hiking and you'll be feeling your own happiness, right? Nothing wrong with that. Good for you. I'm happy. But for those of us that struggle, just know that you are no less wealthy of a human being because you are a balance. Do you see? I love that for high vibing. And now let's go into low vibe. In this low vibe, I want the first half just to give me characteristic traits. And I want the second half to show me the alchemy that you're creating. No one is unworthy here. We see silver linings in everything. All right, here's the first half. We're gonna get it all at once. Like I said, here, depicted it. In the low vibe, the characteristic traits of your low vibe, you could be intensely working on art right now. You could be consumed by abundance. You could be having in this low vibration, because I want you to remember the upside down world. So the characteristic traits are going to be, you're going to think there's a gain in being prude. So this is a withholding of your energy because you believe you are abundant and you're going to gain something. Like I said, there's going to be a person who is adding things into a fire. It even says Trump's art. Like he's adding things into the fire. Let's just take that. Is there somewhere where you're doing that in your life? You may believe you are mastering abundance for gains. 3 and the 9, but I want you to remember that you're missing the 6. Look up 6s. Those are our children. Those are our family. Those are what was given to us because an evil serpent came into the garden and had someone take a bite of an apple. Have a little gratitude. Maybe have a little gratitude for the darkness in your life. Don't be such a prude. Don't think that in this art here of light and dark of you trying to control it, that you're going to gain something. You're not. Because you're a prude. And that doesn't mean you're bad. It does not mean. It means that these are the characteristic traits that are going to come through, that are going to tell you. You are going to feel an overwhelming sense of peace, like you are an empress sitting in a land of discs. Oh, good Lord. See what I mean by right is wrong, wrong is right, up is down, down is up? In your discontentment, you are in high vibration. In your jubilantness, like I feel a little bit of right now, breaking out into accent, it's actually false. But you can find peace in it. You're finding peace in your material gains in a low vibration. I'm sorry. Princess of Swords, that's the truth. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, so now I want to know some things on the ways that we can, that we're using our alchemy. So you, even in this darkness, you're performing something. This is a great performance. What you are alchemizing is swiftness. You are, in what you're doing, you're having an infinity that is speeding up the alchemy. Good job. See what I mean? Even in this low vibration, I love it that you're doing what I tell people to do. Prince of Cups. You're pushing the gas. Now, this is only a prince. I'm going to tell you, lay on that gas pedal a little bit more. Princess of Cups. So we got a prince and a princess here. Woo-wee. In that low vibration. This is going to be a person attaching to you. I need you to look around you. I need you to understand this with a swiftness. I need you to... Okay, you're in a clamshell, baby. You're a cosmic turtle with a golden goose above you. But you've got this sheet going on. I don't even know. Something about hole in sheets. I don't want to think about that. Okay, cool. Spirit, stop. Okay, so swiftly push on the gas. Go into the dark. Do not let up. You take your light and your dark side. You take the balance in you and push down on the gas. Look into the prudeness. Look into the air where you can't see. It's like a monumental low vibration. When that pendulum swings, baby, you swing hard. Okay. Here's the portal. I see it like, and it's not like a bat, it's like, you just fucking, like, just, even if it's at yourself, just fucking do it. Because you need to hold love in yourself, right? So what's up with the portal? High vibe, low vibe, how are we crossing over? This may be even in our death, in our last days. How are we crossing over? I really felt that. How are we crossing over? Give me a trigger, we always want to be triggered. See, there are good triggers, there are bad triggers, there are death angels, earth angels, there are fire bringers, there are, so in, what is the portal crossover? God, we got a lame deck, baby, come on. It's not in here. Where is the portal? Why are you not talking? It's like this is a place you're not supposed to go. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. Fuck it. I'm going. We're going there. Feel it with me. Where's the card? There's the card. It almost bent. The card bent. It was like, I was like, okay, there it is. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I love it. Ah, I can't. Respect. This is a different way of respect. It's going to trigger you. Ooh, it's just that prude card. Let go. This is where the portal's at. You must learn. And that's my own words. And now I'll read the card. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. I don't care if someone tells you they found God in an ashtray. Did you ever sit to think, okay, here's an interesting thought. Did you ever sit and think, how did we find our prophets? How did we find people that can do extraordinary things? Why do we think that all of them were just birthed to these families of these generations? Why is it like that? It's not. Your prophets are your neighbors, are the people that you pass at the grocery store. They're your children. They're your enemies. They're you. They're the you when you separate yourself and you learn to think about your thinking. That's when you'll wake up and you'll realize that society is not to blame, because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It was your choice to drink and to play in this game of society. But you need to remember that those who are playing different games, because everyone's playing a game. Love is a game. Thoughts are a game. Manifestation is a game. The matrix is a game. Your vessel is a game. How long can I keep it alive? How healthy can I keep it? Everything, when you strip it down to that energy and you can apply it everywhere, that's the truth. So, you need to respect everyone's unique perspective on that path to love. Everyone's. That sucks. Because I can think of a few right off the top of my head that I wouldn't want to respect their path to love. But that's not in my life and not me. So I can't judge it. God, I love reading tarot. I love sitting here with you. It brings a deep happiness to me. I've been exercising my neck because my wisdom tooth removal, my neck, literally like this, half of my face was different for a year. There's my pigeon, there's my bird. I started feeding and loving the birds and understanding that they're kind of dirty, but I can clean after them. It's okay. It's not taxing for me. It's okay. They can come here. They can find food here. They keep trying to, they need to control their drive because they keep trying to fornicate on my banister in front of me. And I tell them all the time, this is a house of celibacy. Damn it. Okay. Okay, I want you to try this. Okay. So seeing. Here we go with the R. This is, again, I tend to lean more towards the shadow sides of things because I'm able to love them. And I think that's a lot of what Libras and Scorpios and Pisces and, you know, there are signs that are meant to love the darker things because they're light too. Okay, so seeing, we're gonna help you see. I love drawing portraits, and when you draw someone's face, you really have to look at them and see them. You are not judging the length of their nose or the size of their ear, but noticing how certain lines align with this one. Oh my God, Libras see beauty in things that are avant-garde all the time. We're the collectors of it. If you want to feel beautiful, find a Libra. Or beauty. Or a particular angle that comes down from another, and so on. We see angles in things because we spin the cube. We spin the hypercube. And any of all persons spins the hypercube because you understand that you're a tetrahedron, right? You're a 3D person inside of a tetrahedron moving through a 3D environment creating. Simultaneously with the creator. Because there's two cubes. You're math, quantum science, it all comes together. A certain angle on a person. You recognize that. When you draw someone, you need to get up close to them and feel a connection. The following practice does not involve any drawing, but it does require looking. Your subject could be another person, a pet, or an intimate object such as a flower, or even a window or a view from a window. Take a position where you can see the subject clearly and settle into your seat. Connect first to the breath and then the body. Begin looking ahead at the subject. Just open your eyes to whatever comes into your field of vision. Notice any urge to turn your head in search of something more interesting. But if you do, just bring your head back in the same way that you escort your attention back when the mind wanders. Listen to what I'm saying. I mean, I want you to listen to what I'm saying, but I also want you to listen to what I'm not saying, okay? And it's in here. It's in here, I promise. Notice any thoughts arising and just let them go or label them as judging, planning, past, or whatever is appropriate. Compartmentalize. It's not wrong. Just a tool that can be used in a wrong way, right? Both. 0 point. Micro, macro. See it. Analyze it. Break it down. Rest your eyes on the subject, perhaps letting them roam without turning your head from time to time. Become aware of the breath like a radio playing in the background. Do you ever remember when you're with someone and you know that your breath is synchronizing? And they'll speed up and yours will speed up. And I often wondered when that was happening to me and I was laying there with someone, I never asked them, is that happening to you too? Are other people aware of it, or is it just one-sided? Do other people feel that? Do they notice it and become fixated on it like I did when it was part of my life? It was a very visceral experience for me. I was very in the moment during those times, and I would say some people it happened with a lot, and others it could never work. So pay attention to that. Synchronizing, like a radio, like a frequency. Okay, moving the intention backward and forward in the way that feels right for you. Finish by focusing on your breath. Again, we have 19 here. We have another 10 people. There it is, in case you think I'm losing my mind out here. I often feel like I do lose my mind in tarot because I feel so much when I get into this, but it is very Libra, like a water sign, because I know I can hear my friend's voice in my head, and she says a water sign will experience it like very emotional, very like crying, different forms of emotion. An air sign will view it a little bit different. So while it's very emotional, our sense of emotion is very focused and very logical. We are the processors of the universe. People, we are sounding boards. People are supposed to bring the scrolls to the air signs, to the judicial system, because we take it through the air and we transcend it. And then either it's burned or drowned, buried, or ascended, right? We're the only inanimate object if you're a Libra. If you're a fellow air sign, everyone is just as powerful in their own right. Like Aquarius, that lightning through the air, they might be a quicker messenger. They might be more electric, you know? They can get more into the water than us. We can only make bubbles, but in Aquarius, it can strike it, you know? An Aquarius can strike a fire. It can strike the earth and make fire at the same time. Aquarius can compound several different things. Gemini, the keeper of data. So let's talk about data. The gatherer of data. Where do you take your data to? I sometimes wonder about Gemini. I feel like they don't understand what they are. They're a chip. They're a data keeper. They help bring justice and evolution into the world by showing you the two sides. Anything else I should talk about? We've been here for over an hour. I feel like at some point I gotta go. I'd like to put out another reading. And I love you. And I love this earth. And I love you. Like the crappiness, the goodness. I love the complexity of your human vessel. I love that people are not perfect. I love it when people, there is a sign on the freeway right now in Utah that says, "I love your crooked teeth," no one ever said. And me and my daughter both looked at it and were like, fucking bullshit. We do love crooked teeth. We do love imperfections. Stop fixing it. Please stop. Be unique. Be avant-garde. Have weird pointy ears. Have a big nose. Have a lopsided eye. You know? Because I love those things and I want to collect them and I want them to be mine. God gave me a smile. But I love the crooked smiles and the ones that are broken and the people with bad teeth. I love them. I love them. I love it. Like I want to consume it. And I think that's what a lot of us were here for. Is to show you that in your darkness, we see beauty. And what's broken in you is light. And I hope along my journey I have shown people that. I was told that I was always Pandora's box, never being parallel. I had to fight against therapy at one point in my life trying to tell me that I should be parallel, and I had to resist. Do you know what it takes? Yes, you do. Because you did it. Like me. Like me. And now we can be free. And we can see. And you're going to help me heal the world. You know? All of you out there are going to help me heal the world. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you heal you while I heal me. And then I'm going to help you heal the world. And we're going to keep going back and forth like that. And then I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to say, you're going to help me heal the world. And then I'm going to give it to you and I'm going to say, I'm going to help you heal the world. And we can both be selfish. And we can go around and around and around, and we can be open and we can see it. And it never ends. And then we die. And near the end, when we die, we see everyone's pathway to love, and we realize. And that's not too late, and it's not too early. It's exactly on time. Like you. Like you. So I love you, and I hope you join me back here, and I hope this long-ass video uploads. And thank you for all of those who stayed here with me and are gonna help me heal the world.